Well, good afternoon, everybody. Just wanted to come on live stream and give you all an updated forecast for the rest of today.
Yeah, happy. I was about to say Thursday. Happy Tuesday. We're making it through the week. It is feeling quite warm out there, but today's our better chance of rain and a couple of storms, which we have seen develop early this morning. But one of those now a little bit more robust, and that is in Atala and Leake County. That severe thunderstorm warning will go until 2:45. Again, that includes portions of Atala, Leake, and Madison County. These are producing some gusty winds, maybe even some small hail. I really just think, though, it'll be some gustier winds and heavy downpours.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. With some of these storms today, they were saying there is a possibility if they get a little bit more stronger into those severe limits, they'll just come in. And one thing that's for sure is that, power lines or stuff like that will be one thing you have to watch out for. But for the majority of us, it really is just a warm and hot one out there today. Now, the reason why we are getting a few of these showers and storms is actually due to a low pressure system farther up to our north with the surface trough as well. With that just hanging out, well, it really just allows for some of these storms to pop up.
Yeah, with the warm and muggy weather, of course, we have those ingredients for a couple of those storms to get going and produce a lot of loud rumbles of thunder and some strikes of lightning, as well as that storm we were just talking about, which has reached severe limits. So keep that in mind. Overall, though, we're dry and we're seeing mostly dry conditions in the metro. Current temperatures and conditions are really not too bad. If you look over Pearl, we're seeing a mix of sun and clouds. Upper 80s in Jackson, feeling like 90 when you factor in the humidity, 89 in Vicksburg, and 94 in Hattiesburg. So definitely feeling like summertime still.
Yeah, especially when it comes to our Pine Belt communities. Unfortunately, you're into those mid-90s. And that's the one nice thing about this rain. If you do get it, it really just helps you cool down a bit. Of course, you don't want a severe thunderstorm warning, but if you just get one of those little tiny showers, it really does help out. Now, across the board, we were expecting high temperatures today, getting into the lower 90s. Obviously, Hattiesburg has already surpassed that. Warmed up a little bit warmer than we expected for today. And along with that, we are still going to track out a few of those isolated showers and storms developing for the rest of today as well.
Yeah, definitely the chance for a few more heavy downpours and a couple of those even more robust thunderstorms through the afternoon and early evening. This is 5 o'clock on our future track, and you can see a few of us getting some heavy rain, but also many of us missing out entirely with the rain. Now, whatever develops this afternoon and evening, it will likely dissipate overnight. Sure, we could see a lingering shower, but we do lose most of that instability. Notice by 9, 10 o'clock, we are done.
Yeah, and then by tomorrow morning, mostly clear start. Cloud coverage should start to decrease, and we'll have a dry start. And I do think when it comes to tomorrow, there is still going to be the chance we could see a few showers developing.
Yeah,
we'll just see.
I
don't think it's going to be as good a coverage for today as compared to today, but still, if you do get one of those little nice showers, it helps you out a bit. Now take a look tomorrow morning, mid to upper 60s as you're heading out the door, mostly clear skies. And we'll just take a look at the rain chances over the next few days. We're keeping it low for a Wednesday and Thursday, just a 10% chance. And then picks up just slightly going into our Friday and this weekend, but not too much. It's only a 20% chance.
Nothing that's really going to bring us any tremendous amount of rain totals. That's why today's our better chance, but notice we really only have about a 30 to 40% chance, and most of us staying dry. So for the rest of the week, that chance of rain is going to be lower. Like Roberto said, over the weekend, a 20% chance at best, but that is just a stray passing shower, so no organized convection that's coming through to give us any of that much needed rain. So unfortunately, rainfall totals over the next 7 days only amounting to about half an inch, and honestly, we need more than that.
Yeah, we definitely do. Our drought conditions, unfortunately, got worse compared to what we saw last week, and most likely with us just seeing these lower, just isolated showers here and there, we're not going to see it impact us too much. And by our next Thursday, that's when we get the updated model when it comes to our drought conditions, and we'll let you know how they look. And I do believe there's probably a good chance they might worsen a little bit.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are definitely below normal for where we should be this time in September. So we need some rain, but it's just not looking very impressive. And temperatures also are not looking very seasonal for this time of the year. Usually we're in the upper 80s, low 90s, but we're going to be feeling quite warm temperatures the last week of summer, the last official week of summer. We're in the 90s this weekend, potentially if you're in the Pine Belt a little bit warmer, but notice there's a little dip in those temperatures. Now, not a cool down by any means. We're still going to be near average, but upper 80s is better than the mid 90s. So for the start of fall, we'll feel at least seasonal.
I know, it's kind of crazy how it lined up perfectly with that. We'll get to the beginning of fall and boom, our temperatures start to just drop down a tad bit. Yeah.
It's because of us.
I know,
We
it's
told
nice.
it to.
We're doing our
We need to
job.
get the fall spirit.
Exactly.
Just kidding.
Now we'll switch things up and we'll go over to the tropics. And we were talking about this system last week. It's getting better and more organized and has a 90% chance of development in the next several days. Most likely this will develop, and if it does, Gabrielle will be the next name on the list. But a new one popped up as of this morning.
Yeah, and even with Gabrielle, when that develops, if it likely will develop, but I don't think it's going to be impacting us. The models, I mean, we've got lots of time to watch it, but models are really not showing that coming into the Gulf or impacting the Gulf Coast states. Of course, we're going to update you if that gets the next name and where that track is headed, but like Roberto said, we are watching another wave off the western coast of Africa that has a kind of similar track to where that other tropical wave is headed. This one has a low 20% chance, so nothing to worry about right now, but we're going to keep watching it. Obviously, we're not done with hurricane season just yet, so we've got some time over the next few weeks to really watch these systems.
Yep, exactly. And of course, just keep on updating everybody. So
Yep.
we'll quickly recap this 8-day forecast for y'all. When it came today, warm afternoons, but we had a 30% chance of scattered showers and storms. And of course, we had actually a severe thunderstorm warning, so some of them could be a little bit stronger, strong wind gusts. And as we go throughout the rest of this week, lower 90s,
yeah.
high temperatures, morning lows, upper 60s, and just
Pretty
low
much a
rain
copy
chances.
and paste forecast for the next couple of days. I mean, given 10 to 20% chance of rain, not much difference. We will see a little warming trend though into the weekend, mid 90s for Friday, Saturday, and then every single morning we're talking about upper 60s. So temperatures near average for us this time of the year, a little bit warmer than normal. But then for the start of fall, we'll start to feel more seasonable temperatures. Overall, though, not many big changes over the next 8 days.
Nope, it should look good overall.
Yeah.
All right, y'all have a good rest of y'all's Tuesday. And of course, Ken